Hi all. Kind of after my being at Walmart and just being stressed out, a lot of my symptoms are starting to get worse. Depression's getting worse. I literally feel like I'm gonna break down. I'm just kind of doing some work and just figured I'd get on here and talk a little bit. Been in like a slight partial window, nothing major, but enough to like at least laugh again, you know. I'll fucking tell you. This is just shitty. This is just shitty. I'm starting to get weird thoughts again, and I'm just tired of it. Work so fucking hard. Work so hard, and it's like, I wish I could have got out of this fucking mess before all this COVID bullshit happened. That's the real kicker is that like it's not hard enough that I have to think about COVID all the time. And people say don't worry about it, but fact is I'm probably going to end up getting it at some point. And I just hate being sick. I'm always sick. I just don't want more problems. You know what I mean? I would say I work too hard for this bullshit. That's making me depressed, and I start thinking, I can't do this. I hate having that thought on my mind so much that I won't make it. I work way too hard dealing with bullshit. You know what I mean? Should have never went to Walmart today. It ruined my whole fucking day. Throwing me into a fucking wave. I just feel completely beat, you know? It's like my partial window wasn't good enough. My visual snow issues are getting too fucking intense. Yeah, it's hard for me to not be completely fucking discouraged. Because it's always something, you know? It's always something. I can't relax. I can't even see things the way I want to see them. I'm sick of the medical community not giving a fuck when I just want to be validated. For the visual snow issues, I went to my neurologist. He said nothing can, he didn't give a shit. Then I went to the ophthalmologist, and he didn't give a shit. But not one person, not the neuro or the eye guy, said, hey, there's a neuro ophthalmologist. I didn't know that. That's where I should be going. Nobody ever fucking mentioned that there's such a fucking neurologist that's a neuro ophthalmologist. I'm sitting there crying to these people that I'd less want to be fucking heard. And I'm sitting there telling the eye doctor, well, you fucking, you want me to go to the neurologist wants me to go to the ophthalmologist, and not one of them says, hey, there's a neuro ophthalmologist. What the fuck? Thank goodness I do my own research, but I try not to do too much research anymore. I'm not looking, I'm honestly not looking for drugs or anything like that. I'm looking for a diagnosis. I just want to be heard. That's all. That's why I don't go completely out of my way anymore. There is no help for visual snow. I know that. I've been actually paying attention to the research for 10 years now. But I just wanted them to, I just want to be heard. I want the proper diagnosis I've deserved for 25 years. I don't see what's so hard about that. You know what I mean? Back in the day for visual snow, they just tried to cut down people's anxiety. Yeah, I understand. Because I'm just disappointed because the visual snow issue has gotten so bad that if it continues to just progress and progress and progress, it's going to be very disabling. And at some point, I do need a good diagnosis. I don't know. Probably wouldn't even fucking matter, but it's just I've worked so hard to try to get one. It's like I don't want to give up now. Just I'm having a bad evening. I managed to, I went to Walmart earlier and it fucking ruined my day. Everybody's so disgusting there. Everybody's sick. Dodged everybody. Wore 2 masks and I wore gloves. Ugh. Got the few things I needed. One was cauliflower flour. So I made chicken with cauliflower flour. It was good. I don't know if I'm feeling worse because of that. I don't know. But it was really good. I enjoyed it. So I'm gluten free, mainly. But I wanted a few things and I needed to take a walk, but it's freezing here in Wisconsin. So I walked around there, but it ended up being more of a stressor than anything. Just being there in general. It's just so typical of Walmart shit. Everybody's so fucking fucked up there. That's why I usually go to Target. It's usually a lot quieter at Target too. But the stress of walking around there with everybody being sick, and it's like, oh, it's like it was fine when I first walked in. Then I get deep into the store, all these people start hacking and shit. And good thing I wasn't like by them, but it's like you just hear people hacking and coughing and sneezing. And it's like, oh, so gross. Fucking Walmart. Next time I need something like that, I'm just gonna fucking order it online. Should have just ordered it on Amazon. Organic cauliflower flour. Yeah, there it is. It's a cauliflower plant. Yeah, that's that. Organics cauliflower flour. $9. Expensive, but at least I wouldn't have to go to Walmart. Just my depression started kicking in this evening. It's pretty lame. And then I start getting really distorted thoughts of how there's no way I'm gonna get through this and blah blah blah. Same old bullshit. I mean, I know better, but it's there. It's just deep, Annoying. I'm tired too. That never helps. Stupid links. Haven't had one of those in a little while. I try to start up something and get my head out of my ass, but it's like I can't do it. It's like just one of them venting type days. Yeah, I keep getting those links. People come on here and put their stupid, weird little links on there. I just report them right away. Just feel nauseous too. That could be from the overly eating too much cauliflower flour. a lot of what's it called? You can tell I'm kind of out of it. Fiber. A lot of fiber in cauliflower flour. Just got I ordered a couple. I should make a special video for this, but I tried a bunch of different types of scales because I still weigh my Remeron when I cut it. I tried a bunch of different types of scales, and still the best winner is the Gemini 20 scale, which is $20-$30. I even tried a $160 scale, and those low weights, man, they just don't do them good. Gemini 20 is like seriously the best one still. When you get really light, it's hard for these scales to like even see it or weigh it. Oh. But yeah, the whole visual snow thing's been weighing on me a lot. After it got a lot worse in the past 4 months. And it's weird because it's not just the snow. I get a lot of, it comes with a lot of issues and a lot of symptoms. But like I'm getting a lot of shadows that tend to warp what I'm looking at. And between all the snow and everything like shimmering and moving all the time, then the shadows make it make my vision warp. So ridiculous. And cutting these meds just make it worse. It's been a good while now since I've last cut. And look. 3 months and 18 days. I'm better than I was, but I'm still waiting to be a little better so I don't completely overdo it. Thinking about all this COVID crap makes me sick too. Just like as fucked up as I am now, you always have to worry about getting sicker. And dealing with that and getting a setback from that and waiting longer. Such a joke. I still feel better than I did a month ago. But tonight's just a different story because I just went through a lot of stress. That's all. I should have known it because once I was in the store and everything was like getting weird, I should have just left and said, you know what, I'll do this another time. That's a huge lesson. As much of because I thought to myself, well, I'm already fucking here. I'll just get it over with, And it wasn't the anxiety per se, but I wasn't like scared to be there or nothing. But it was the whole everybody was sick. And then I was dodging around, and my girlfriend wanted me to pick her up a couple things, and like none of the stuff was like there. So like I was sitting there wasting so much time trying to find stuff. That's nothing against her. It's just my own issue. Walmart didn't have it, and that's fine. They don't have shit. But I went there and basically just got the few things I needed. Some brown rice noodles. I don't have those at Aldi. And I don't want to order them online because it's like triple the fucking price. But what I should do is just order Walmart shit online and pick it up. That's probably the best idea. Severe interactions with medications and visual snow syndrome is a fucking mess. What a bitch that is. I see 4 UN here. Usually I don't see too many people later at night. If you're on, you can say hello in the chat. I like usually to see who's on. My depression's really caught up with me, so any kind words would be nice. I'd be swimming through this a lot easier if the depression and anxiety would go away. I could even deal with the depression better than the anxiety. It's just everything's always on edge. And if I could actually see normal, it's a fucking disability. And honestly, that's the whole reason I want a diagnosis. It's a fucking disability, and it's getting hard to drive. I could probably drive farther if I didn't have this. I just didn't realize how bad this was because it's been progressing during withdrawal, and I've just been blaming withdrawal the whole time. And what a mess. Sorry, I'm just going to see what I got charged for there for a second, but I know what it is. I always get a beep when my debit card comes through, but I know what that is. Oh, dumb. I got overdrafted. Oh, thank you. I get ocular migraines. Well, they say mine is migraine with aura because I feel the pain after, and that makes my visual snow like 100 times worse for like 3 months after I have one. But I only usually have one or two a year, which is good. But when you have symptoms for like 3 months after, it's like kind of a lot. I'm just hoping that maybe I had like a severe one in my sleep, and that's why it's so much worse now. Because I've had them in my sleep before where I woke up and I could tell. What the fuck? There we I overdrafted, but it comes out of my savings, but I put it back. Anyway, but my visual snow is extreme. Used to be where I could ignore it. I could ignore it to a point, but it's to a point now. It's so intensified. It's kind of like I just loosen it constantly. It's nuts. I never thought it would get this bad. I remember when I first saw things, like I would look at the sky and I get the blue field movement things. I always said they look like sperm. And after that, then I started getting this fine grain in my vision, and years and years, and it slowly got worse, just little by little. And with the whole getting ripped off of benzos and tapering Remeron, and it's just sensory overload for that, and it's making it a lot worse. And I can't really relate with anybody like to know how it goes, because nobody really has these kind of issues. Some people have the visual snow, but they say it doesn't get worse. Mine's progressing. And I know I'm overly paying attention to it now because it just recently progressed kind of like 10%. That was a pretty big jump for that. I'm just really disappointed in everything. I have no idea how I'm gonna just continue tapering and dealing with this and having like a life. It's like my therapist says, you just need to, do the best you can, and just do things you love and stuff like that you're passionate about. It's like, but how do you do that when you're as sick as you are and you've got things progressing and nobody cares and nobody will even give you a diagnosis? And I'm not looking to like get disability now or anything. I'm just hoping I can get through my taper and I'll start feeling better eventually. Because I know in time it would get better. Visual snow, I don't know. But if it gets to a point where it progresses so much I can't function, then I'll need that diagnosis to try to get disability. Because between the fibromyalgia that they gave me, stupid, but it is one diagnosis. Between that and whatever else is down, migraines and The ocular migraines, the regular migraines. I don't have a lot of diagnoses, just basic shit, anxiety, depression, you know. But visual snow, man, I'd like to add that on. I'm just kind of pissed that nobody's ever told me, not even the neuro or anybody said, "Hey, maybe you should see the ophthalmologist." I'm like, "Fuck, man, why didn't I even know that?" I learned about it in the visual snow group. Fucking Christ. These doctors are so fucking careless. And I was literally bitching to my therapist. Just bitching to my therapist about both the neuro and the eye doctor guy, how they just kind of blew me off. The neuro said, "Well, there's nothing you can do about it." Well, that's not the point. Just because there's nothing I can do about it doesn't make it okay. And then the eye doctor said, "All I can give you a diagnosis for is you've got extremely healthy eyes." And it was so fucking rude and condescending of him. It's like, I know it's neurological. God, I can't even say it. But it's not the point. I'm just so sick of being sick. It's been over 5 years of after being ripped off of benzos and tapering the fucking rim around. I'm just so fucking tired. I mean, I'll take it to the very fucking end, you know. I'll bust my ass as long as I don't, I can actually speak and form sentences and do shit and stuff. I'll take it as far as I can do it because I've worked so hard to get to where I'm at. Some things are way better and some things are worse. It's hard. It's hard. It's really weird. I mean, just what a Walmart trip completely changed my day and thought process and function. It's really fucked. It's just unfair. I don't feel confident anymore. Before I fucked up Remeron and over tapered, I was confident that every time I taper, I knew I'd feel a little better, even though it'd be hard. But now it's just like I'm so terrified to taper because I can barely take it as is. My nervous system's so fucked. Everything about me is a fucking medical mystery to these doctors. I know what's going on, but they don't know, and I can't do nothing about it. It just sucks because nobody will believe it. It's like everything about me is a complete mystery between the damaged nervous system from the drugs, which they don't believe, the visual snow shit, which they don't even know about. And when they do, they just say, well, there's nothing you can do about it, which is fine. I understand that, but I'd like some compassion and maybe a diagnosis and, you know, anything. It's very complicated. And I'm hoping I can get through this okay. But it's a lesson learned today that if I'm walking into a place and I know it's gotten too hard, it's one thing to like work through stuff and get through stuff. But if I know it's something that's like I shouldn't be around, then I'm just gonna leave instead of letting it do this to me because this sucks. A simple Walmart trip turned my okay day into pure depression and nausea and more symptoms and feeling hopeless and all that shit. It's terrible. And I wasn't like this at all. And the lower I get on my meds, people just think that I just need to, it's my initial problems coming back, and that's bullshit because I never had any of these fucking problems. Never. Yeah. But normally I just hated going to Walmart. Today, I mean, since we've got like 13,000 COVID positives a day, it's like I'm kind of like, I don't like going out to big box stores as much right now. But even Target's not that bad. Walmart, it was just like I could see everybody just being sick. It was like, luckily I dodged them all. But everybody's walking around in their fucking pajamas and they're fucking coughing and not even covering their mouths. And I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck is going on? It just really fucked with me. Because, I mean, to me, it's just too much. But yeah, Walmart is one of the absolute worst places to go in general. But today it really got to me. I'm just not mentally and physically fit to deal with all the people who don't care about getting other people sick. I don't care what it is. COVID's the worst, but I don't care. You got the flu or a cold. I don't want you coughing at me. I don't want it because it's just going to be 100 times worse for me than everybody else. That's lame. People don't care. It boggles my mind how much people don't care. Hmm. I see like 6 people are on right now. Usually I don't even have that many people come on. Tomorrow's Saturday. Probably just have to go to the post office tomorrow and I think I'm gonna lay low, but I'm wishing I didn't have to distract so much because it gets so tiring. I wish I could just sit back and relax, but my body and brain don't relax. Better than it was a few weeks back, that's for sure. But still, my cuts are taking so long to calm down. It's been 3 months and 20 days or whatever I said earlier. and it's still rough. Not horrific by any means, but in comparison to what I was going through. But it's still rough, and I know I'm not ready to taper yet. Probably another month, which is ridiculous because at that rate of time, it's going to take me 3 or 4 years to get off of 1.1 milligrams of Remeron. That's fucking stupid. But I'm not rushing it again. Last time I doubled my taper and I destroyed all the strength my nervous system gained. And now it's just fucked. But it's like now it's been a year. I just started walking again. Not that I couldn't walk, but like actually taking walks. But since it's freezing here, I have to go other places. That's why I'm like, well, I can just go to Walmart and walk around, which I did. I walked a mile in Walmart, which is the most I've walked in a year. So on my days where I don't get out for work, I try to do a little walking. I'm trying not to overdo it, and I'm trying to strengthen my nervous system as well. So it's a balancing act. And it helps, it helps, but not this evening, I'll fucking tell you that. Doesn't help. Now, I gotta cut out of here. It's time to feed my kitties. Getting a headache, which I don't get too often, but I'm getting a headache. One positive is that thought I had to make a dental appointment because my tooth was getting really sensitive, but it completely stopped. Once in a while, I'll get that phantom sensitivity crap, and it feels like I need to go to the dentist, and it'll just completely go away. So I think it's completely gone. So that's good. I'll still have to make an appointment anyway at some point to get a cleaning again, but oi, you know what I mean? Oi. The last time I went and that was before I fucked up my Remeron. My anxiety was so bad when I was there. So it'll be interesting to see how it is when I make an appointment this time. I go once a year if I can. I feel pretty safe at those places, COVID wise. Almost everything I do, I feel relatively safe, and I have ways to maneuver around people and stuff like that. But today, the Walmart thing just kind of blew me away. It was just a little too much, and it really brought me down. Slight argument with my girlfriend when I got home, so that didn't help it. Nothing major. It's just hard. All right. Aesthetics. What's going down? Yeah, I saw your comment the other video. It's always nice to see you. I'm actually going to cut off here in like a few seconds. I was super depressed. I just had a dumb day. Like where it's something stupid that, a normal person could totally handle, but I can't because I'm a weak nervous system and brain doesn't like it. So just bullshit. I can barely like get out good sentences. I'm so tired too. Feel like I had a stroke or something, which I didn't. Nah, that's okay. I can stay on for a couple minutes. I'm just kind of hanging out. I gotta go feed my cats. That's the only thing. I'm gonna go take a bath and try to relax. I just went fucking. I had an okay day. It's getting better, but like a little worse today than the other day, but still not horrific by any means. But dealing with the whole visual snow issue, and I went to Walmart and just once I was deep into the store, I just heard everybody hacking and coughing, and everybody looked so pathetic. I just got really anxious and worried about COVID shit, and I dodged everybody, but goddamn, it was really gross and stressed me out. And as I got home, things got worse, and it spiraled into depression. And how stupid! A Walmart visit spirals into depression and like a wave. I hope it's just a mini wave. Hopefully, after I sleep, hopefully I'll feel better. How are you doing, aesthetics? How are you feeling today? You're the second person to say that. And it's true because normally I go in there and I don't like it, but today was like after I saw how many I don't watch the news much anymore, but our COVID numbers are 13,000 a day. A day. And it seriously stressed me out. And going into Walmart and having everybody not give a shit to even cover their fucking mouths. Oh shit. Yeah, I had a friend earlier in the month, like 2 weeks ago, tell me that they had COVID and I had to get tested like a week later. It scared me. I mean, not too much, but enough to be like, God damn it. Again, I hate thinking about it and stressing out about it because I want to worry about my health and um, tapering and bullshit. It's funny because my story in years from now, whenever I'm off and feeling better, um, my story is going to be so involved because of COVID. It's a lot of people before us didn't have to deal with that. So the stress is completely different for this generation of people getting off medications and having a really bad withdrawal syndrome. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm still just waiting to taper. I'm feeling a little better, but if I decide to get the booster shot anytime soon, I'll wait till that clears. And I, I hate the idea, but I also hate the idea of getting so sick they're going to be pumping me with steroids and shit. So I, I do the better hell, I guess. I'm in public too much. And then after that, I'll probably taper probably in a month or something. I don't know. We'll see. It's been a long time. It's already been 3 months and 20 days, and it's still rough, but not like it was. It's definitely better. Yeah. It's one of those things with me, like with any wave, or like getting off medications or just waves and stuff, like you'll start to feel better. And usually things will go downhill for a little while, waves, windows, and then windows will come more. Same old bullshit, the way it goes. But nobody's ever out of the woods for a little while, you just take it day by day. That's what I think. Like I was starting to feel better, but I kind of threw myself into a little wave tonight. So that's self induced. But I know, like, after this cut, I'd go through insane waves, acute type waves, and then I'd go through a partial window, and then another acute wave would come. So I never knew it was coming. It just kind of scared me, though. Those damn fucking links. Report. Spam. Report. But you're doing a good job. I'm proud of you. I could not jump at that time, but I do plan on tapering down to zero point 0.5 and then assessing that. I'll probably ditch it at zero point 0.5 when I'm ready Like when I would be ready to taper at 0.5, I'm probably just gonna get rid of it then. So that means I've got 6 more cuts to do. And since I'm almost ready to do one cut, it'll be nice to have a round number of five cuts. So we'll see. 6 more cuts. I've literally cut like 50, 60 times. But these cuts are absolutely atrocious. The worst cuts I've ever done is the lower I got. Absolute torture. Some people said that, but I didn't believe it. Some people said it got easier, but I guess it all depends on how your nervous system is. Since my nervous system is fucked, I just, I do what I can. And I'm not going to be rushed by anybody anymore. Like I said, if I don't want to be this sick and mentally fucked up for years, but if that's how it takes to survive, then that's what I got to do. Because I'm not going to survive any other way. And who knows, it might get so fucking bad at some point that I just have to get rid of the medication and deal with the horrific. Of course, I couldn't bear thinking about me cold turkeying the rest of this medication, considering I went from 1.0 to 0.8 and then 0.8 to 0.6, and I thought I was going to be dead. Yeah. Same thing for me, but it's like the sad part is after I learned what happened after my smaller taper, I'm surprised I'm alive because literally I contemplated my death for like 2 months after that. And I updosed. So I couldn't even imagine what it would be like if I just ditched this medication. I would probably be very suicidal for like 6 months to a year, and I probably couldn't work. So I just have to do what I'm doing, at least till I get to half a milligram. I'm hoping it gets easier. We'll see. It's hard to say. No, me and my girlfriend are planning on moving. I hope once we get into a better place, it's kind of like a renewal a little bit. Hoping I can get a better mental space. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But that's not till June, and we might even extend a little longer if we can't find a place. But it's gonna be a lot of work I won't be able to handle, that's for sure, especially when tapering. And I can barely see. God. It's just that I have a complete filter over my fucking eyes. It's stupid. I think that back then. Yeah, I mean, you're off the medication. I mean, honestly, you sound like you're doing okay. As hard as it is, as long as you're not completely unfunctional, I honestly, if I was in your situation, I would have ditched it too. I think it was smart because this medicine is fucked. But yeah, don't regret it. I think what you did was good. And I think at one point you'll be saying the same thing to me. And I'll be suffering crying on here, but you're going to be like, "Well, just give it some time. It'll get better." you know. It's just going to be hard because I have to try to figure out working and stuff like that. So, but it's going to do 6 cuts, it's going to probably take me a couple of years. Because literally I'm on 3 months and 20 days off of one cut and I'm still not ready. So, at this point, it's going to take a long time. But I try not to timeline it anymore. I just say it's probably going to be a couple years. Yeah, sometimes you just have to do what you're going to do. Like if my mental gets so bad, I won't even know. I don't know what I'll do. I have to do my best to not let my mental status get so out of control. Yeah, just keep your eye on it. I imagine in time it'll get better, but, right now your body's still really sensitive. Okay, I gotta take off because my cats are staring at me outside there. Yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean, you just don't know. I don't think I'd survive if I cut off the medicine, and I also don't feel I'm gonna survive being on the medicine. So it's one of those things, if I really feel like I'm gonna, not survive being on the medicine, then eventually I will just have to ditch it and see if I'll survive that way. Who knows what's gonna happen. I'm taking it day by day. Hopefully, I won't have to cold turkey anything. Since I'm still able to work and function and have some partial windows, I think I'm just gonna continue to taper and call it a day. Oh, Heather, yeah, yeah, you have a good night too. Thanks for hanging out and chatting a little bit. Stedx, you have a wonderful night. I'm glad to see you as always. And it's time to feed the kiddies, and I'm sure tomorrow will be a better day for all of us. So have a good night.